Hi, it's Christine Faulkner with Cava and Faulkner, Elk Grove Living Trust lawyer, Sacramento estate attorney, and trust attorney. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Christine's Family Wealth Secrets. So click on the article below because that's where you're going to get the meat and potatoes. But I wanted to tell you today our video is about Larry King. As you know, he passed away at the end of January 2021. And all sorts of stuff is starting to crop up between his family. Larry was married 8 times. And as you can imagine, that fact alone, along with the number of children he had from a variety of different marriages, in and of itself means his situation is going to be complicated. But to make matters worse, he was in the midst of a divorce from his current wife, I think his 8th wife. And some things happened during that divorce process that will forever complicate things for the entire family. So stay tuned because we're going to talk about the importance of, getting things right during divorce and what you need to do to make sure that your estate plan is always up to date. And it's so interesting because I do a series with Lana Shearer from Shearer Law and Mediation on family law matters, as well as estate planning matters and how they can interact. And this is a great thing to discuss in that context. So as I mentioned, Larry King was in the midst of a divorce, and what happened was someone found a handwritten will. Now his wife is going to be contesting the will because the will leaves $2 million to his 5 or 6 children that he has from a variety of different marriages. To make matters worse, 2 of his kids, so that the handwritten will was dated sometime in 2019. To make matters worse, 2 of his children passed away in short order in 2020. And the current will, the handwritten will, doesn't take that into account. So, the problem with being in the midst of a divorce but not having your divorce finalized without changing your estate planning documents means that your existing estate planning documents may carry the day. Now, the question is, and his wife is espousing this concept that she knew very well, they had been married for more than 2 decades, that they had worked with attorneys in the past. And the question clearly arises, why did he handwrite this will when they had used lawyers in the past? And the question also arises as to whether he was, there was some duress that was applied, or the circumstances under which he created this handwritten will, giving money away to his children. Now, in California, where there are community property laws in place, 50% of his income will go to his wife regardless of what his estate plan says. So it's important to understand that, the property laws of a state trump your estate plan to the extent that you can't prove that your property comes from a separate property source. So if you are married in California and you are working and earning an income, half of that without a valid prenuptial is going to be owned by your spouse, regardless of what your planning says. So the moral of the story here is, handwritten documents are never ideal, and certainly laid upon or contrasted to the past acts where they had gone and worked with lawyers in the past, I think it probably would have served Mr. King quite well had he done so, had he gone back to the lawyer or a lawyer to help him draft probably an updated trust or a new trust rather than just a will, because a will, especially here in California, is not going to cover many of the assets unless you have assets under $166,000. So the better vehicle would have been a trust. What would have probably served the family better is to go back to the attorney, have a formal plan drawn or a formal amendment made, executed appropriately according to the state where it was executed, and you know, some things can't be changed, right? His children dying cannot be changed. But frankly, after that happened, it would have been great for him to go in and amend his plan, rather than having something that was executed in 2019 before these two children passed away. So it's really hard to know what his intention was. There's no doubt that his wife is going to contest the plan. She's going to raise the issue of duress and also, of course, the community property laws in California, which will trump anything, any attempt to subvert any kind of gifting that frankly didn't belong to Mr. King, to his kids, or to other beneficiaries. So check out the article. It's quite interesting. It's kind of like everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. And many times you don't start to see this unfolding until several months after death, until a death certificate is obtained and the family is finally having an opportunity to have a look at what exists, and then identifying various holes or problems in the planning. And of course, any kind of holes or problem in the planning gives people wiggle room to make a claim. So check out the article. There will be a part 2 next week about our discussion regarding lifetime asset protection trusts for his children that he could have created. And we'll do a deeper dive into those dynasty trusts, or lifetime asset protection trusts, as we call them, for your beneficiaries, for your children. So tune in next time. And I want to say here, the moral of the story is always be mindful of keeping your plan up to date to reflect your current wishes, no matter what is going on in your life, even if you are in the midst of a divorce. That is an especially tender time to be very clear that the people that you want are actually named in your plan, knowing that you're going to have an imminent change in your life. So I hope this is helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and let us know what we can, what content you'd like to hear about, and I'll be happy to make content surrounding that. If you have a plan and you feel like it needs to be reviewed, definitely get in touch with us. That's something I know we can help you with. If you don't have any kind of planning in place at all, and you kind of feel like, hey, I have children, I've acquired assets, I need to really be doing something now, I know that we can help you. So get in touch with us, and we're happy to help. We have all sorts of free resources, so check those out in the comment section of the video. And again, thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.